So
The
I
classic.
believe we are now live on all platforms for the first time in a
Hell
long
yeah.
time.
Wait, I don't know what they say, but I think someone said the boys are back in town. I feel like it's relevant at this point.
in town.
Exactly.
I'll do a tweet.
All right.
Yeah. We're so
Oh, that's my verbal
back.
tick. I've got to stop saying all right. That's what I've noticed myself. You called me out on it, and then I've noticed myself on like other podcasts and other shit. I'm just constantly, whenever there's a pause, any moment where I'm doing some thinking, all right. I'm like, this is not good. Also, I just looked at our Twitch banner on just like the background says Brotato Captiel. So
TL.
everyone on Twitch, make sure you go to Brotato Captiel because that's what we are on Twitch.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No way.
Nah, it's funny. It's
Wait, what? Let me see this.
Just on the background on Twitch at the moment is Brotato Captiel, which I think is funny. There was like how our the YouTube thumbnail was Brotato Capital for like 10 episodes, and everyone's like, was this like a nod to Tao? It's like none of us owned it, dude.
Yeah.
I owned it for like a week when it was at like, I actually basically top blasted it, and then I lost a bit of money, and then I sold it. But yeah, I did own it for like a week.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But yeah, we're back. It's been a couple of weeks. Many things have happened in that time, like a lot. It feels like, I don't know, I'm so plugged in all the time that like, I don't know, I just forget to take stock, and it all just feels like a normal progression of time, but it's actually been kind of fucked. What, Bitcoin's at 72 something now, like a bee's dick off all-time high.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah,
and that just kind of came out of nowhere, like broke the range.
It's a Bitcoin. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I did see, dude. I don't know if we can bring this tweet up, but I sort of fucking hilarious one. The Chris Baniski guy was like, timeline's pretty quiet for BTC being near all-time highs, and I think it was Chumbawamba was like, yeah, dude, you told us to buy TIA.
Hold on, I gotta find this shit. That's hilarious.
Dude, I think Smalting retweeted it, and I was just sitting on the couch and I was cackling. I was like, yeah, goddamn.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh man,
and it's somewhat accurate as well.
Somewhat, it's like 100% accurate.
Speaking of, there's a casual 900 mil unlock of TIA tomorrow, October 31st.
Really?
So, yeah. Wow. So this is something we'll probably get into it later on the pod, but just really quickly, I saw Will Clement, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, talking about how he's long TIA ahead of the unlock. And it'll be cool if bullish unlocks came back. But
2021 would seriously be back in style then, because like I remember it would like AVAX and Solana, and everyone would be like, "Oh my god, look how many millions is gonna unlock," and then it would just pump, and everyone would be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck."
It would be such a nice kind of.
Like no one's willing to actually buy these coins with any sort of meaningful size. That's the problem, I think.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Whereas like 2021, it was just like ape.
Yeah. It does not matter what it is. Yeah. It's the future of France. We buy it. Yeah. So the unlock tomorrow is 82% of the circulating supply relative.
That's a lot.
That's actually
so it's nearly doubling the supply of.
Be cashing in tomorrow. He's 500x.
Yeah.
Literally, just being like, "All right, guys, don't forget to buy your TIA today."
Do you think like Chris Baniski like goes to dinner and be like, "Bros, I had a generational entry onto TIA because with his like 1 cent fucking buy." Like he's like, "I'm in the trenches, bros." Like, fuck, man.
That's his steak dinner conversation.
Fair, like it's down like 70% or something, and he's still up 100x.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, man. Even if it goes down like 90% from here, like he'll be up 50x. Like,
yeah, so but no, I think like Will had some like reasonable analysis. It's always rough to tell of like who's sitting on their seed investment pile, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's a good trade, trust me. you should. I'm long here. It's just like, no, dude, you've got 5 million tokens that you got for
Yeah, like
$7.
he's definitely
Um,
was a seed investor.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Which one?
Yeah, like the people, there's no one talking about TR aside from the people that actually benefit from the price going up.
Will Clement.
And
Where is the tweet? But he was talking about how essentially, I think it's
was
not the
talking
worst.
about
Like,
it a lot when I had lots of it.
exactly. But it's not like the worst thesis, but it was like 6 months of
No, no, no.
reaccumulation after an 80% drawdown, ton of OTC volume, most widely telegraphed unlock in history, 9 figs short, Bitcoin nearing all-time highs. I do think
it's
that
not
there's
the
like,
worst, honestly.
yeah,
Could go
there's,
up.
but
There's probably
my
a case for
bearer PTSD. Yeah, there is, but my PTSD just says like we're fucked. So,
How? What's
I think
mine's
the
all
problem is
still
like if I lose money on it, it's like fucking like if I go long and then I lose money on it, it's so obvious that I was like it was just a dumb play. But if I go like long on a meme coin, it's like, well, like at least there was a chance it was gonna like go up a lot. But I don't know.
It is actually bad. I feel like the trenches are
The
fried.
Kobe tweet
fried me.
made it perfect. He's like people want to buy meme coins because they can go up a lot, not coins that are already at like 20 fucking billion FTV.
Yeah.
It is. I'll just pull up.
That's literally the only reason
It
like
is
people buy meme.
pretty heavily, like funding rate on it's still pretty heavy.
I
negative.
would have fucking slammed Tia, like been bullish Tia, if it had like the same FDV as like Solana did early when it first like was went public or whatever the fuck.
Open
But like
interest
they're
on this
just
thing is
If you know,
going nuts. Actually,
on what Bitcoin?
no, on tier. So like open interest is
Oh,
going
really?
nuts. It's like the funding rate's super negative. Like the CVD on both spot and on perps is just like super negative. Like there's probably a case for like a big short squeeze of sorts. I can kind of see
It's
it.
at the bottom of like a bottom.
It'll be like a $5 to $8 move or something, and then like
It'll die.
Yeah,
It'll just
after that.
liquidate everyone that shorted this move probably, and then like
Yeah,
it'll probably go back down. Yeah, no, you got a case, I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
But bros, like Bitcoin's at
But I mean, fuck it. What's everyone been up to? It's been a couple of weeks. Yeah.
72.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I swear we haven't done a pod since like the whole
Been a
AI.
month and a bit.
Yeah. Like we missed the whole AI thing.
Yeah, true. Man, the AI meta has just like I will begin and I will keep this quick. Goat was good. Like I got an okay little entry at like 90 mil, and then was a risk off pleb and took out like a chunk of the stack at like 230, like close to 200, and then let the rest ride up to like 450. But apart from that, that was probably the only really good trade I had on AI Meta. I just spent the rest of the time like chasing and just essentially just donating Solana to the devs for the rest of it. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna sit this one out. I think I'm gonna sit on the sidelines for this meta for the rest of it.
I hit like 2 really good ones. I hit what's it, Genon or whatever the fuck it's called, and
Oh yeah,
and
Genoff now.
there's another one. It's like a fake AI religion called Way of the Future or something. I hit those two. I hit pretty well on, but then I got extracted like really hard, like 3 or 4 days ago on like these other 2 coins. It was like good and bad, but yeah, it was interesting meta. By the end of it, it was just like you couldn't buy the coins unless you basically found them like sub 1 to 2 to 3 mil, because it was like you literally were just gonna get farmed, like you're gonna get wrecked. So yeah.
It was very unfriendly meta. So many like botted things, so many like goat imitation kind of things of like terminal of font. Like just essentially everyone was like, oh, I can do some really basic like automated tweets and make it seem like there's like an LLM running it, and ta-da, like that's it. And then people would bid it up to 5-10 mil and then be like, oh shit, this is all not legitimate. And it's like, yep. That's correct. And zero
for midwits.
Yeah,
but yeah,
bro. Like, I just fucking hated the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
like I just like, I don't know. I'll probably rant on for hours about like how shit I thought the whole meta was. It's like, I just wasn't even like a being sidelined thing. I just found it super cringe. But
Oh man, go off. This is where
Dollar.
it's this is where you can detox, man. What didn't you like about it?
bro, this shit is seriously meme coins for midwits. That is what it is.
Yeah, that's what
It is
is.
seriously
Yeah,
what it is. There was nothing innovative or special about any of this shit. Like, some guys just got like ChatGPT fucking like spitting out prompts to it, copy pasting like the tweets onto fucking Twitter and being like, oh my god, this shit is so like fucking inspirational. It's sentient. Like, no, fuck off, man. Like, this is just dumb shit. Like, just because you had to read like some few extra words before you aped the coin and then like you can call it law, makes you feel a bit better about it. Like, nah, fuck off, man. Like, sorry, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. I hated it. I hated it so much.
Good point. Yeah. I found it pretty funny when it got like, when people were getting like super like defensive when they were like saying, nah, bro, like it's an AI religion. It's an AI religion.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, bro, it's just vapor. Like there's no such thing, man.
I think do you know Stoic Savage?
Yeah, he's a good trader.
Yeah, he had like the best like take on, like, because he did well in it.
He got on Goat, so he made like so much money on Goat.
Yeah,
I think
he did really well in it, but he had a tweet that was like bros, like, great trade, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. And I think that's like the best way to like sort of see it is like, if you think other people are gonna think that it's a good trade, so that's why you trade it, like, sure, play the game. It's like memes. It's like, it's no different to like when memes are popping off like after everything else, and then there was people that just hated memes. Like, it's fine, but like at least memes were like left curve.
they're like completely retarded.
Yeah, it's like, it's so retarded that like it doesn't look attractive to mid curves or like right curves, and then maybe there's some sort of right curve, like people that go left curves are gonna love this, so I should buy. That's fine, I can accept that, but this is just like, I don't know, meme coins with extra steps. That's just all.
Yeah, the AI
Yeah.
guys on the podcast talking about Goat it didn't really give me much confidence in the whole AI vapor
Yeah.
meta. You don't want to see those like dudes talking about it on the pod. I forgot which guys were talking about it, but
I love Taiki, but like Taiki
yeah,
brought on like
he did a
Alexander
Goat.
Good,
Oh,
like, and like he's like the self-professed like mid curve, and like he got super into this, so it's like, I don't know, it just reeks all of it. But people did well, and that's great. And
I still think the narrative behind Go like has enough to move,
Goat's
in the
good,
sense that like
because
there's a schizo
Goat was
posting
the first
fucking
one.
LLM.
The rest of them are
And I think
fucked
that
up.
it's the perfect thing for onboarding mid curves into. It's the onboarding meta for bringing mid curves into the trenches.
Yeah, Goat's fun.
And now we can take
I
their
think
money
all
more
of the other
easily.
ones suck, but yeah.
How do you think
dude,
it
everything.
ends, Wonell?
I don't think it ends. Look, so
I'm not buying Goat at this price though.
yeah, like, I think the way I've always seen these things, like regardless if it's a meme, an NFT, or anything like that, it's simply like there's going to be a cultural moment around something that like people rally behind. Goat was able to achieve that. As much as I didn't necessarily like it, it still achieved like a key moment in time. So I think like Goat has like a salty run back of sorts, you know, in the future, because like it was the first. It's like the whiff, but of the AI meta, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it's cemented itself as that sort of like leader, and at some point in time in the future, it's going to have a great run, and that's fine. But I think like the sub derivatives of it all like becomes a bit sort of shit house, and like you just bet on the winner. It's like no different to playing memes now. Like, obviously there's lots of memes that have done well, and like that's like taken months and months of like, you know, forming
Yeah, but you know the difference with memes, how you're speaking about it. Like there's heaps of memes that like have not died because they're simply like the dudes are too retarded to sell, so it's like so left curve. But like with Genon, because they were all KOLs and shit like that.
Bro, people
Like,
are
they get
shitting on me
nervous and they
all
just
over the
dump it.
chat. Holy shit, it's funny as fuck. Sorry.
I did have a very good laugh at imagine making $0 during the easiest meta, and I was like, damn, he's speaking to all of us.
I lost money on Genon or whatever
I made
was.
good
I think I
amount on
bought the top with $10. So
Nice.
you just got to take it in your stride, man. It's not easy to go
Yeah.
backwards, but
Dude, you just got to tie it to the game, bro. That's all it comes down to.
Exactly. I will say one
$10
final thing
down.
though on AI, and it's I think the moment someone cracks the legitimate AI thing, where it's like an actual AI that does its own like autonomous agency, and it's not just like someone filtering it and like pretending to be it, and then someone that's the AI that's actually doing its own trades and making decisions on its own trades. There's someone that actually legitimately cracks it and does it properly. I think that does really well, but I don't think it necessarily trades well, because I think it'll only trade as good as like the average person, because it's only working off a data set that it's been given. And I don't think it's going to be like any better than anyone else. If anything, there's going to be people that know how to like get it to trigger on certain things, because it works out. Oh, the AI reacts to this in a certain way, so if I do this, it'll react to it like this. So therefore, I can front run the AI of sorts. So, but I think like that might have a cool narrative. But aside from that, I think most of it's just shit that like people like convince themselves is like way better than it actually is.
yeah. I also think that it's pretty funny that the AI can potentially just not pay taxes. I think that's really bullish.
That's so good.
I think that lingering question is enough to
So
drive
true.
things to levels of insanity. So
Wait a second. I'm actually not up to date with this. Swiss, can you share more about the AI? Is it exempt from taxation? Is it like the Vatican City of...
No, like someone just posed the question. I was like, well,
like,
if the AI
not-
just starts to
not
sell,
human.
is it paying taxes? But I don't know if I didn't even really look at this whole meta like Wernel did. I kind of just like thought it was cool to see it happen. Like my full understanding, if I'm completely honest, and I actually took this from Steady Lads when Taiki was talking about it, is that he talks about it in the sense that it is a more efficient KOL. But a KOL stands for key opinion leader, which are all subjective and very human in nature. So like the reason why people follow people online is because of characterization of their own traits that they can then relate to, whereas an AI is sporadic, posting in a consistent fashion, of which becomes like a singular joke, which gets old, if that makes sense. So like Truth Terminal was on my timeline for like 2 seconds and then gone, but I'll always remember Mutual's GCR as the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
But like that's how I look at it. I think like humans follow humans in the sense that they can find within other people things that they like or things that they don't like. It's not it's like Truth Terminal or whatever it's called is not going to be a better human. It's just going to be a more consistent shit poster, but that's not why you follow certain accounts online, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's my opinion. And then when I think when it comes to like the tax component, I just think it was a question posed. But yeah, if it is really buying and selling, I just think that's kind of funny that it can just like not pay tax. If it just, well, who's gonna like audit it, right? Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I guess
Not
like
even human.
your boy from CT in the chat said depends where the money ends up and the nationality of the owner. So like,
oh my fucking god, that is so funny. Oh, I wish I thought of that.
Your boy from CT.
No. It depends on the nationality.
Bro, it got extractive as fuck. What about that AI? I forgot what it was. It was like a pump fund AI or some shit. What was that?
Or AI 16Z?
Yeah. No. It
I'm
was
a community member,
what-
so
no, there was
Yeah, I've
one.
been downgraded to community
It was
member.
like pump. I don't know what it was called. Fuck.
what's it? DAOs.fun.
No. It was was like an AI token that was like pumping shitcoins like
Terminal of Fun.
Terminal of Fun. That's the one. Yeah, it was.
bullshit.
Yep.
That was extractive as fuck. Yeah, it was just some dude like literally extracting using like he did just speed like this AI meta just speed runs the fucking extractive process, which I didn't think could get any faster than what it already was. Like,
Well, there was that added layer of like bullshit mystery of like, oh, well,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's technically a bot, and it's like, no, it's literally some dude slapping
Just-
an automated sticker on a fucking tweet and punching out the tweets himself and being like, yep, it's AI, and everyone's like, wow,
man.
look at that. So
It actually surprises me. Like, I didn't think we could speedrun like the extractive nature of the trenches any further than what we already were with memes. But like somehow the KOLs figured out a way to like make it even faster. Like, oh man, crazy.
oh, dude, the Andy Airy, like his account got hacked.
Oh yeah.
It's so annoying because I was literally chatting with him. Like,
They
I
had to
wanted
move
to
all
get.
these like fart. Didn't they have to like move all the goat and fart coin or some shit? I don't know what they had to do.
There's a whole angle going on with it, but like his account got hacked. Because yeah, I'm trying to get him on the NGMI podcast for next week, but like his account's been fully like they've done something where they've like seemed to have like taken it like not down, but like there's nothing showing up on it at the moment. So it's obviously still being like fixed up behind the scenes or whatever. And yeah, just like, oh dear.
wow.
And I just think that there's a lot of like developer risk and just like single point risk with these kind of things that are so dependent on a thing doing something. And that's my biggest concern with any kind of matter of like, it just takes the bot to just wake up one day and be like, oh, I don't like GoCoin anymore. And it's like, well, good GG's everyone. Something else go wrong. Also, people just can get fucking tired of it. Well, there's a good animal coin you can never tire of, really. You know?
Well,
So
Popcat just pops all the time, so you know what he's gonna do.
true.
Shout out to Z. We had to represent the Popcat today with the laser eyes
Yeah.
in memory of Z.
Fuck.
By the way,
When he
just
gave that
to-
at 20 million, oh, what a call.
just to jump in, apparently Sanko isn't working for our viewers as much, but Twitch is running fine. So,
not again.
Oh no,
again. But
Sanko's
that's all
working
right.
on my front end, but I'm not.
oh, okay, maybe it's just dark and the fact that he's in the UK, so we could probably
Totally
ignore
internet.
that.
I just punched a Twitch link in the Sanko chat.
Working.
Sorry, Sanko bros.
Brutal. No fucks given.
Sanko bros need to focus on Sanko.
Yeah. So I'm like, listen, I'm all for it, but
I'm
we'll
all
go to
for
the-
Sankoscape
I'm still
coming
all for
Q4
Sanko.
and pumping my DMT bags, but it is working for someone. Anon in the
Yeah.
chat, it is working.
Okay.
Arthur
What else should we
Plug in
talk
here?
about, gents?
There's so much that's fucking gone on. I don't know. Like, I think a good place to move to would be how everyone's been doing the little things that they've been up to. You know, our silly little tasks that have been keeping us busy. Swiss, what have you been doing?
I recently went to Sydney for a wedding, but decided to spend a lot of time with anonymous CT characters, which I didn't regret. It was really wholesome. Pardon?
Did you actually meet up with some of the Oz CT guys in Sydney?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet up with Bunjil and Bala, even though they were in and out of coming to a certain event on a Sunday night. I think they said yes 3 times and no twice in the lead up. But it was good to meet Bunjil and Bala in real life. It was really, really wholesome to meet Bernie finally in person as well.
Oh, is Bernie from
Sydney?
Sydney? Is he from
Yeah.
Sydney?
I didn't realize he was in Sydney. So originally, when I made this group to catch up with some people who could make it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I live in Sydney." I was like, "Oh, sweet, I'll add you to this." And then originally, this is how nice he is. He originally said, "Oh, I've actually got to keep on that night, but I'll see what I can do, see if I can make it there." And he did. He came for dinner, and he even came for some drinks afterwards, which was really nice. I met who else did I meet? I met Gami, who Tom knows really well. He's such a really good dude. you could probably tell a story about how Garmy gave you a keyboard. I thought that was really cool. Fun fact, Garmy thought I was Tom when I first started talking to him about IMF. And then
like
I
how
met...
I thought one was Swiss the first time we met.
Well, we're the same height, so...
Yeah, exactly.
And met a few other IMF people, such as Side Rides, who was a really good dude, really switched on. I had to do some work to convince him on runes ever being a thing. And also met Shaman as well. These are guys that were all at the dinner, which was super nice because they actually have jobs. Like, they work really hard.
Wait,
so
Stable Shaman?
Yeah,
Stable Shaman.
Wasn't he at our thing?
Yes.
Yeah. He interviewed Luca. He's great.
Yeah, he's a Sydney-based dude, which was good.
Yeah, sure, that's right. He came down. I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah, G'day.Sol was there as well, Mate Finance.
Mate Finance.
G'day.Sol. I follow him.
Yeah, he gave me some really good insight. We've met him before at Oz CryptoCon, I think. And he gave me some really good insight into like exchange listing, like through people that he works with at Coinbase, and like sort of what the parameters are. I met this guy called Jiva, who is actually like a really, really nice guy, but also super involved with crypto as a whole in Sydney. Like, has been a driving force behind IMF. A lot of other projects. I think they helped out with the pre-rich app as well, which is the one that Pixel Cat is doing. So it was just this big dinner that we all went to at this Mexican place, which was really good. And that was when I didn't get the invite to the wedding, so couldn't get an invite to the wedding that my GF was attending. So I had to hang out with some anonymous CT characters instead. Yeah, that was the weekend. So that's what I've been up to.
Nice. It sounds like a good touch of grass.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sydney's nice.
What about you, Thomas? Editor-in-chief for APAC?
Just working. It's been a
You got a new vehicle, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
The Shagmobile.
The Shag.
Oh, dude, the Shag and Wagon. It's fantastic.
Shag and Wagon.
Got to get the if it's rocking, don't bother knocking sticker on it. That's the next port of call. But no, very, very happy. Thank you, Meme Coins and the Solana blockchain in general, and the cat that pops. We're making it out of the hood. So bought the highest. It loves petrol. It really does. It really likes it. So I have to potentially get some shit checked out with it. But no, very happy with that purchase. But apart from that, dude, honestly, I have just been like holding core bags and waiting for things to happen. A lot of like sitting on hands with like main positions and just being like, all right, observing the daily close, and yeah, like just honestly just kicking through it.
Nice. How about you, Sticks?
Nah, man, not fucking much, honestly. What have I been up to? I went surfing the other day, actually. On when was it? Last Wednesday or last Tuesday? I can't remember, but that was cool. Went for a drive, only an hour drive from my place up in Ocean Grove. That was nice. Fucking cold though. I got there at like 8 o'clock, and like even with my waddy on, I was just like, I hadn't been surfing in like a while, so I was like super unfit. Like, was fucking paddling out there. My shoulders were sore. Like, everything was sore. But nah, it was
got the spaghetti arms.
It was a good
Were the waves
I was
good?
like,
Was it flat?
yeah, they were pretty. Nah, they're pretty fucking big. They're probably too big for me.
That would have been hard.
Yeah, there was a lot of like there's a lot of locals out there, and I was like, fuck, like these guys are gonna think I'm so retarded. But yeah, nah, caught a couple by the end. Was out there for like 2 hours, and I came out and my shoulder. I was driving home, my shoulders were like dead, but nah, it was pretty cool.
Man, you surfing, that's so hot, man. That's such a hot guy activity, bro.
I don't often though. I need to do it more. I go like a couple times a year.
This is why you get dates every day, and they send you the most unhinged things.
Yeah, this is exactly why this happens, and only to sticks.
This is exactly why that chick messaged you saying spit in her mouth.
Oh fuck!
I can't even.
Hey,
what do I even
Stigley,
say, man?
if you're listening to this on the run through, leave that in.
We should actually have Stinkley on and interview him.
That'd be based. That'd be based.
True. We gotta get. He actually had some really good stories about like his crypto journey from like
He
2021
does.
cycle and stuff. Because I spoke to
He
him at
does.
our Pudgy event for like an hour, and he was just telling me, he's like, yeah, like bought this, sold that. Like it was like some crazy shit he was doing. But yeah, he's a good based intern of the Brotato Capital.
He's great.
What about you, 1L? What have you been up to?
Getting rent increases.
Yeah, apart from getting my rent increased again, fucking Hoomers. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I had the first Pudgy Oceania event with Upside, which was super cool. And we're doing another one in 3 weeks' time with Infinex in Sydney, which will be super cool as well. Which is cool.
Oh shit, another one. I did not know you were doing it
that's
again.
right. That's what I was trying to think.
Hell yeah,
that was
dude.
in November.
Yeah.
What date is it, man?
It is. It's just been changed today, unfortunately, because it was going to be on a Thursday, but now it's going to be on a Friday. So it'll be on the 22nd of November at North Bondi Surf Life Saving Club with fucking immaculate views, and sounds like it's going to be lit. It's just before the weekend of OzCryptoCon in Sydney. So,
sick.
Very nice.
You can go to Icebergs after and just, sink 80 beers and do a bunch of rack with everyone there. It'd be great.
That's
what you do at Bondi Iceberg.
I'll be back.
No, we could probably do that at the Surf Life Saving Club, but we'll keep it to ourselves.
True. Could probably just go to the toilets in the Surf Life Saving Club.
No.
You got slug.
You got to do it at Icebergs. That's the place.
Is that what the Sydney bros?
That's the real No, it's probably the Ivy is where most of that shit happens. But Icebergs is like that one. It's the classic, just like photo of like the white, like ocean pool, and it's like Icebergs, and everyone goes there, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah. I did go to like an event there when I was still drinking alcohol back in the day, and it was like for like a work event at the time. And oh boy, yeah, I have not ever used a free bar like that before. To put it lightly, I fell asleep on the train back to Wollongong and woke up in Kiama, and then slept on a bench for 2 hours, like at the train station because there were no trains back. And I was just like, well, this is my life, and that's the last time I ever went to Icebergs.
That is a good story, bro. That is good.
Pretty funny.
So just make sure you do that.
Yeah.
Icebergs. Yeah.
I was going to ask Z what he's been up to, but he's not here.
He's just popping his cat. He's popping the pussy. He's
he's popping the pussy. You reckon?
He's popping. Saying he's popping his cat does not sound good just as a turn of phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, Popcat. I love Popcat.
I love Popcat. Gentlemen, I don't know.
Real well.
That's been silly. Like I've been touching like a lot of grass last weekend. Had a mate come down, like one of my oldest kind of friends come down for a little bit. So I haven't been like looking at tokens too much like the past like 48 hours. And yeah, just opened the Phantom at dinner the other night and was like, $1.70. Jesus. Yeah.
Like 80 last night or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So fucked.
Yeah, it's forming a top signal. I reckon 30 cents.
Good time to short it. Good time to short it.
Good time to short it.
Sorry, I didn't realize that Protege was in the chat.
He shorted 69k again the other day, and got absolutely wrecked.
Can we talk about our rune?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Swiss. I feel like you should take the floor on this.
Yeah,
as the man behind the rune, please.
as the guy that is psyops Brotato Capital followers into buying the rune. All right, first and foremost to our listeners, I just want you to all know that not a single person other than myself on this call knew how to actually mint this. I had to walk them through it hand by hand. They had to actually learn why the fees changed. So this is how long they've been on Solana for. They don't understand that there's different fee rates for different times, depending on network congestion for BTC. I had to explain this to the rest of Brotato Cap so that they could mint some Runeys.
You had a post-by-post explanation, and I was still like, Swiss, it's taking 15 minutes. What have I sent money to the wrong place?
Seriously.
Yeah, I looked at the post and I still did it wrong, and I had to like send screenshots to Swiss of like, is this the right website? Am I doing this? Help me, Swiss.
Tom was like messaging me, and he was trying to like, he was like, "Hey man, it's taking 13 minutes. Like that's fine, right? Like that's normal for this." Like, I'm just like, fuck's sakes, man.
My brain is rotted by Solana, dude.
We're such Swiss. You're the Bitcoin boomer here.
I had a deposit to Kraken today take like 20 minutes.
What
and
was
it was a bit. No, it was Sol. Like I took some stables out and chucked like a few K into Kraken, and it was just like taking a really long time to show up. And I was like, I should have done a test transaction. I should have done a test transaction. Oh my god, I got too confident.
Seriously.
And then
I
like
did that on Kraken as well. Like I remember when I when I bought Pandora, I like swapped it, and I wanted to just put money in my bank. So I sent the ETH over, and like it wasn't, in some like exchanges on centralized exchanges, you can like see it like confirming.
Yeah,
like
and it's like deposit on the way. You're like,
okay, yeah. Like you're just like, okay, that's cool. It didn't say that, and like ETH on Kraken for some reason takes like 15 to 20 minutes to like actually finish confirming, but it didn't have the confirmation. So I was like stressing. I'm like, bro, did I just like send like 10 ETH to like like nowhere? I was like, fuck.
Seriously.
I went and had a shower, and I'm like, oh my god. And
send some to the burner address to stay humble. Oh yeah. Before we, I will, dude. I really want to let Swiss get back to liquidate Brotato Capital because it's fucking sick. But I do want to interject with one thing. I reduced the supply of Selfie Dog by 50,000 tokens by accident. So
thank you.
It's now.
I appreciate your service.
XJZ inside scoop, inside alpha. Buy some Selfie Dog. That's all he said. I bought some.
Yep.
And, got a nice works.
I did that, but then was cleaning dust on my wallet on the Guacamole finance app because I had like hundreds of shitcoins, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do some janitorial work this evening, and I was just burning a bunch of like 0.0001 like token holdings of shit, and then I was like, whoa, my Phantom wallet balance just went down a bunch, and then I was like,
fuck,
genius. So dumb. So like, why? Why bother? Anyway,
because you need to be humbled. You've made too much money. Fuck you, is what I say.
Exactly.
Good riddance. You losing money, you dog.
Yeah, it's something similar.
So sick of you soul boys making so much goddamn money.
Instantly, just was like, yeah, I don't know, just staying humble. That's what I'm doing. that didn't hurt. I didn't need like 20 soul at all. I didn't want that.
I was at 20 soul.
It was somewhere between 15 and 20 worth.
That's painful. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's actually a lot.
Yeah, I was kind of like, that is not just a tie it to the game. That was like a smack yourself in the head kind of like.
That's one you do not tell your girlfriend about.
Yeah,
so funny, like deleting.
Dude, Tom's single. What are you talking about, man?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's all a lie, bro.
Girlfriend, a hypothetical one.
Well, he's definitely not real. An Asian waifu, is he? Is he?
She goes to another school.
Bro,
you
what was
know
that
her.
thing that Tom said that one time? Like, I don't understand Asian chicks or something. Like, I can't remember, but we were
guys,
all like...
No, everyone has a right to have
confidence.
tastes. It's just that some tastes are good and some tastes are bad. Like Tom's taste in Asian women. Anyway, should we talk about runes?
Yes, let's talk about
runes. Should we go back to the old
Jamie, pull up the runes page, please. Swiss, can you explain to us what this is?
Yeah. I'm actually trying to write down a seed phrase. Funny enough, my Saga phone reset itself, and I was writing down a seed phrase, and it's 24 characters long. I got to the 20th word, then the screen went black, and then it made me redo the process again, and then gave me a whole new seed phrase to write down. So, just
nice.
Fucking around with this bullshit.
It's always good when you make your monthly trip to the Saga draw. You're like,
wait, hold on. Did you never claim your stuff, Swiss, and you're only just using the Saga phone now?
No, I'm gonna figure out if there is a loophole because I have claimed my stuff, but essentially I'm getting a new seed wallet. So if this generates a new thing and I can claim some bonk, I'm gonna start
just resetting your phone over and over again.
Yeah, just absolutely infinite money glitch. But anyway, have you got the runes thing up in front of you?
I do.
Yes, we do.
You should be able to see it on the cord. I'm sharing screen.
Oh, cool. Hang on, I'll bring it up on the cord so I can see.
Get in the cord.
Get in the cord, mate. Get in the cord.
Get in the cord.
Live watch stream. Bingo. Look at this. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, so basically, long story short, I minted a rune called Liquidate Brotato Capital on Bitcoin. Now, we've said this message like multiple times. There is no pre-mine. There is no allocation that we own that can't be mined. So anything that you mint, you own. And basically, I just did this as a fun experiment. And you're basically creating an inscription of which the rune will start from. You're setting how many tokens there will be. And then you're setting how many mints that you can have per transaction, which has been quite fun. So some updates on this. We've got 321 holders. Last time I checked, that might have changed now.
Still yep.
I think we've got over 112 million minted so far. 113. So 113 million minted out of a billion. There is a cutoff date of block height 8800. I think it's actually, I didn't realize it was this far away, but I think it's in like 90 days that this actually finishes. And then if you go to Magic Eden 1L and type in the search for, nice. Down only, the way I like it. But it's instantly tradable on Magic Eden. So if you have minted some, you can sell them. But I think there is a little bit of a difference between
look at that chart.
And the price on Magic Eden. So yeah, so now it's instantly tradable. And I think our market cap's there, which is like $12,000, I think.
$11,004.06. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you are listening, all you need is a little BTC. If you wanted to get involved, head over to ord.io and then just search Liquidate Brotato Capital and then just like double check which time is like best to mint. So if you just put in 1 million tokens and then just check the mint price, if it's anything over, I want to say like $150, it's probably too expensive. But yeah, if you wanted to mint some and be a part of it, you can. There is absolutely no utility, so if you do hold it, there is a good chance you will not be able to sell it. It is not financial advice. This is just an experiment, and again, we do not hold any like pre-mine supply. So I have minted my own on there, and I am holding some, but I'm fully aware that I may not be able to sell it. So that was it. That was what we've been up to. And yeah, just getting people to experiment with Bitcoin a little bit.
Fuck yeah. Swiss, can you, it's something that I'm like, I still don't actually like, I have a little bit of an understanding, but for listeners, what the fuck is a rune? Like, what are they? Like, as a mechanism?
It's a better shitcoin standard on BTC. So essentially when ordinals were created as, for more of a simpler term, NFTs on Bitcoin, people realized that they could inscribe essentially token standards into the ordinals and create the BRC20s. Ordinals and runes, so the ordinals protocol and the runes protocol are created by Casey Rotemore, Brotato, but fuck, I can't pronounce it
I've
correctly.
never read it correctly, or dude, yep, I'm with you.
It's like an American twang to the last name. I thought it was Rotamore, I think. And then the BRC20s was created by a guy called Domo or something like that. So BRC20s were effectively trying to create a shitcoin standard, but the Runes protocol was actually perfected to make it more efficient on BTC. So, long story short, the BRC20s are actually very heavy to use on the blockchain because of their like waste that they create with UTXOs and stuff like that. And so basically the Runes were designed to be better versions of BRC20s that weren't as heavily congesting the Bitcoin chain. So that's the simplest way I can explain it. If people are listening and are still confused by that, you're not the only one. You can just quickly actually, CoinGecko has a really good 2-minute video explanation on this, and it makes a whole lot of sense. So it's basically just refining a better shitcoin standard on the Bitcoin chain. The other cool thing is that it was purely designed for this. So all of these like crappy tokens that are getting made are designed to be crappy. There was never designed to be anything more than just a better version of shitcoining on there. That's my explanation of it. It was pretty poor, but there are some really good video explainers out there that can probably explain it in a lot more detail.
No, it's good. It's exactly the kind of like, yeah, always going through. There's always like new tech that I'm always like, what the fuck is going on? And it's the kind of stuff you read in passing, and you're like, I don't actually get
this. Yeah,
what I mean, it's pretty. I'll speculate on it, like ape now, think later, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. So like recently, like 70% of all BTC transactions were runes, which is like even bigger than ordinals. I don't necessarily hold the view that runes will be bigger than ordinals, even though I think the upside potential is like a lot larger. I just think for like this current cycle, I don't think they will be as big. But yeah, it's super cool to see an uptick in this use. It also means that this can be like the trading experience, because like trading it on Magic Eden is pretty tough. It's like 50 times worse than Solana. And so I do hold out for like some better layer 2 versions of where you can trade runes at like a higher frequency, similar to Solana, but they actually post the settlement back to BTC. I actually think that would be a very cool outcome, because then essentially you just take every sort of multi-level of degenning and you just bring it back to BTC with Solana speed. So I guess that could be a very cool thing in the future. I don't know who's building that or if that's even possible, but that would be pretty cool if there was a layer 2 out there that could support rune functionality.
I've heard of a awesome new layer 2 that's coming to Bitcoin as of like yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard of it too.
Is it called Cardano?
Yeah. It's called Cardano.
Yeah, I haven't even looked into that yet, but that sounds wild to me. It definitely sounds like he's doing it to survive, but like, why way. BTC? Why not ETH?
He cried over it, man. Like it was like an emotional moment for him. You know, he was like, you know, Cardano just needs to be a layer 2 for Bitcoin, and you know, it was such a great idea that he even shed a tear over it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't understand. Like, it was just, it was so, but it's like, it's just an integration with the Bitcoin OS, which is just like, it's.
But you know, Bitcoin now offers zero knowledge proofs, and you know, the zero knowledge proofs just enable Cardano to be the best L2 for Bitcoin.
But that's Bitcoin OS's own tech. Like that's just on its
Taproot, bro.
thing. But like what really fucks me, like the opposite of fucks my nuts with it is like just the fact that it's Bitcoin OS and like that it's just that platform itself. Like if Opcat comes through and actually enables ZK proofs, then okay, sure. Like you actually have some native settlement back to BTC at like a at least at like an integrated level. But with Bitcoin OS, it's literally just another platform that's like, oh well, we're doing smart contracts on Bitcoin, and it's like, but it's you know, it's still a second order effect. So when OPCat comes through, if that fork goes ahead, then cool, there will actually be more programmability and like actual abstraction. But until then, it is just secondary tech sitting on Bitcoin. And so like, yeah, I didn't properly like, I'm not like a super technical person, and I don't probably have any. I'm sure if I was to sit down with Charles, he would be like, "Listen, this is why you're wrong," and I'd be like, "Okay, man." And I wouldn't really have any defense against someone who has like really strong technical knowledge. But from my own kind of like Neanderthal like take on it, I'm like, but that's just a fucking bridge with extra steps.
Yeah.
And like you have, the ability to, it's not necessarily wrapped, but it's through UTXO that you can have Bitcoin OS native assets, Bitcoin show up on Cardano. So, but you know, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I had my doubts.
Yeah, like I think a glorified bridge is probably the best way to put it. I think a lot of these L2s are, look, in my humble opinion, the thing that I could probably highlight at the moment, which I think is the easiest thing to describe of why I'm bullish on like ordinals and runes, is because of its total addressable market currently. So like if you go and have a look at some of the posts that Udi's made around OpCat, he talks about this idea that the meme coins and degenning on runes as a protocol doesn't actually work as what it was supposed to, what it was intended to do if it were to compete with like Solana. So his whole idea about it was, we'll be creating a token standard that's better. He then kind of like said as well that he would make it easier to trade runes on their whatever roll up or layer 2 or whatever OpCat will be. It's pretty interesting. So like for me, I think that because runes activity is quite large and so is ordinals, any of these layer 2s that are coming along to get users using their protocol or a layer 2 is to like use is to build out infrastructure to support what already works on the native L1 chain, which is runes and ordinals. So yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of these layer 2s launch. And to see if they actually work or have any users will be a different thing. So like, for example, Stacks recently rolled out their Nakamoto upgrade, like literally yesterday.
Oh, really?
Which is
has
huge.
That gone through?
It has, yeah. It's been like a whole, like almost 2 years in the work to get this working. And it now works. So if you're on Xverse, you can then send stacks from one chain, one address to another, and it's like almost instant, which is incredible. Now, it hasn't finished the whole rollout stage with a lot of the BTC miners upgrading their things to allow for it, but Stacks has now achieved 100% Bitcoin finality, but are able to post their transactions quicker than the Bitcoin blocks, which I think is like a huge feat. But whether or not people actually want this is like a different story. So they've got SBTC rollout in like a month's time, which is the decentralized peg for BTC and SBTC, which will be on Stacks, which will probably come with its own challenges with that being used in comparison to other chains like BTC, like Sol and ETH with BTC wrapped on there. But yeah, it'll just be interesting to see if like a chain that now posts all of its transactions to BTC, whether or not that will get any uptick or any users to make it a worthwhile place to be. So a lot of these layer 2s could be posting transactions to BTC through ZK proofs or whatever other tech, but it's whether or not that they get any use would be interesting to note. It's just what I think anyway. Yeah.
But on Cardano,
Yeah, it's all about-
As long as it makes Welsh go up, I'm happy.
Dude, Welsh caught a bid. Welsh caught a bid. So did Alex, actually, as well.
It did. I've been watching that yesterday. I was going to post it, but I didn't realize anyone else was still in Welsh except me. So
I'm still, dude. I got bag holder syndrome for Welsh now.
Totally.
I think
generational Welsh.
I think
I didn't even
generation-
sell Welsh before
I never
Nakamoto
actually
upgrade
bought
anyway.
it.
So
Dude, I remember buying it and literally it took an hour and 10 minutes to confirm. And that was the first time I messaged you, Swiss, being like, hey man, I just put some money into Welsh and it's been an hour, dude. Like, is it gone? And you're like, no, that's just stacks. So now that Nakamoto's gone through, is it actually like, is it quicker or like is it noticeably quicker as of now, or what's the go?
yeah. So I've sent stacks between one stacks address back and forth a couple of times, and it's instant in the sense that like just like refresh and it's there. But I've interacted with a few protocols, which has taken a little bit longer. But I'm still in the process of experimenting with like different fee rates, slow versus fast, and just checking all that stuff out generally. But it is a lot faster now. It does seem to be working. There are still a little bit more they need to do for like some of these miners to upgrade their tech, but it works, which is like cool. So if this could immediately teleport to $5, since I've been holding this shit for like 5 years, that'd be great. But yeah, it works, man.
Dude, nice.
Nice.
Go fucking yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's something that like building shit on Bitcoin and doing that kind of stuff. That's why I'm looking forward to OPCat. I don't even know, man. But like I'm looking forward to OPCat just as terms of like
programmability. It's so
programmability.
similar to PopCat, so it's like you can kind of
Yeah,
name it.
yeah, same. I'm gonna say OPCat. But yeah, like I think it's actually a really good thing to give utility to Bitcoin instead of just like, oh, just bury it in the backyard. It's like instead of fucking yeeting it out to BlockFi or whatever to get yield, it's like you can actually have secure protocols built on Bitcoin to use Bitcoin for shit. So
to be honest, like it's the most fun I've had playing around with shit for a long time, because I don't know, I just feel like most of the other protocol stuff feels like solved, and like when you're using it, you're just like, it's the same like UX experience you get with anything else, but at least like when you're doing with the Bitcoin stuff, it like gives you that like semi clunky feel that you used to get like when you were first experimenting with other stuff, but like you know that it's like backed by a harder asset or a harder money. Like I'm not a big fan of like gas tokens. Like I've sort of ranted on gas tokens quite a little bit on Twitter, just around like Solana and ETH. Like I'm not a big believer in those as actually having any sort of like monetary value, the same as like Bitcoin. I still think like Bitcoin's like the best gas token L1 that exists. So it does sort of like give me a renewed excitement around what could or couldn't happen on there. And like, you know,
so essentially bad UX is a feature, not a bug of crypto.
Correct. But it's not just like it's not just the UX. It's just like, if you're using something that feels like legitimate to like play with something else, it feels kind of like more interesting. I don't know, like if that makes sense, but like if you're playing around like with like Cardano and you're doing something on like Cardano chain, like not that you can do anything there, but like it doesn't feel like anything cool.
I hope not.
Like some like program, or like I'm buying meme coins on XRP right now, which apparently is a thing. PVE season is apparently there, but like it doesn't feel real, right? Whereas like at least with Bitcoin, it feels like, okay, this thing has like established itself as a thing, and like I can do something with it. Like ETH is kind of like that, but like ETH's just been like in this weird like middle ground where it like doesn't know what it wants to be, and you know the ETF was meant to do a lot for it. So many things are meant to do a lot for it, but obviously like the demand wasn't there for it. And so
I'd say ETH is more like a money in comparison to BTC, purely based on the fact that like you're willing.
True.
Like I think most of us on this call have used ETH to spend it to acquire things that we perceive to be more valuable than ETH, whereas you don't quite do that with BTC yet. I'd say that ordinals, to a larger degree than runes, would probably start to make that trend shift, especially with like a lot of the sub 10k, sub 1k. But with ETH, I think the reason why it's performed so badly in one part is the fact that people do perceive it, other things associated to Ethereum, to be more valuable than the token currently.
There's a lot of overhead and Solana's fast stuff.
Yeah, but also I feel like the problem I've always had with ETH, it's probably, I think I've seen it more as like a commodity rather than like a money, but maybe as a money, because like I've never liked holding ETH as a trade. Like even back when ETH was going up a lot, I always wanted to buy something with the ETH. Like if I had ETH in my wallet, I was like, what can I buy with it? You know, I never just I never liked holding it. It was like a weird thing. Like I didn't know, like, because I came in with NFTs, so I was like, what NFTs can I buy with this thing, or like what meme coin or what other token can I buy with it? Like if I had like more than one ETH in my wallet, I'm like, that's ETH I could be doing something else with. But
yeah,
so that kind of makes sense. It's like it's that one coin that like you don't really want to hold specifically. You just want to hold something else because it'll go up more than ETH.
Yeah, like we could have
You go, Swizz.
I was just going to say, we could have an instance where when we hit the bear market, ETH performs better than everything else. Because of that reason. Like you could argue, like this could still be an argument to make, that people were selling their ETH for Sol, knowing that ETH is the Sol was deemed to be more valuable than ETH given the current time conditions. But if they were to get to a point of wanting to protect their downside, if you just remove the whole idea of like the wealth effect and people that have like went to Sol, made lots of money and don't feel like leaving, but if you look at it from the other perspective of like, ETH is like money, then people that have made an F ton on Sol could rotate back to ETH in the bear market because that they feel like it could perform better. Because it's like you said, right? Like when ETH pumps by itself, it's usually like a massive risk-off moment because everyone returning back to base or back to ETH base with their profits. Like that could still be a thing, but like extrapolated a lot more in a bear market, and you could see some like outperformance of ETH in a bear market. But I don't think people want to hear that or wait around for a bear market for ETH to go up. Particularly, so
what was the Kobe tweet?
No, before you do the Kobe tweet, I remember like GCR at the end of like 2022, it was like ETH to 10k by 2030.
Yeah. I still think the rip snorter that I saw recently was Kobe being like Bitcoin and ETH are both 2k away from all-time highs, and I was like, oh,
that was the best one.
That
yeah,
is,
all right.
That is amazing, honestly.
Shit. Yeah.
Speaking of ETH, though,
I'm happy I wrote. Yeah.
Vitalik.
Retarded.
That actually might send ETH at least 5% higher by him saying that.
Yeah. Him being like, I'm retarded. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay, cool. You're not.
I was not familiar with your game. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. And he said, yeah.
He's been putting out the like, and it's something that I've been seeing.
And
it's
like doing
those
like dancing things he used to do, and like at those like conferences, like dance, or it needs to just be retarded. I don't know. The price might go up.
I forgot who. I think it was Based Carbon put out a tweet being like, ETH guys are XRP guys from last cycle.
Bro,
and I was like,
it could be, man.
And the anger that inspired, dude. I'm like, obvious shit post is obvious, but that fucking sent.
But it could be like, how would you know? Like, you don't know until like, say, I mean, so far it's been cucked, but then like in 5 years, if it does nothing, it's like, well, yeah, they're XRP guys. Like,
we're XRP guys, of course.
We're XRP guys.
Double chop.
Of course, we're going to revolutionize the global financial system. Double chop. Of course, we're the future of all payments. But no, it has been. It's been interesting. Like and like I'm just saying this as a objective or somewhat subjective observer, but looking at the traction that the ETH. Yeah, literally that, but like the splurge, but like he's done 4 blog posts on like ETH roadmap.
In like the last couple of weeks.
in like the last 3 days, and I think
Yeah.
he's actually addressed some good problems in there. Like he
Definitely.
like not that I understand any of the fucking technical stuff, but like he really addressed like at the basic level that I could read through and be like, okay, cool. Him addressing usability of L2s was
Yeah.
really important, and him recognizing that like, oh hey, we should actually make it all feel like one chain. Because there was all this shit about like, oh, liquidity fragmentation, and everyone was like, no, liquidity fragmentation is not a real thing, bro. Fuck off. And it's like, no, it feels difficult to get shit around. Like if you have stuff on Arbitrum and you want to move it over to another place, it's like, ah, fuck. Like I'm using ETH, but I have to get all this shit over here.
No, I hate it.
Okay, and like this is a soft shell of good product, but Infinex has a bridge built in, and I literally bridged from Sol to ETH for free with a click in the app the other day. And this is just me purely. I own a Patreon NFT that is like literally my exposure to the project. And I was like, oh, holy fuck. Okay, cool. Because I was using bridges before to swap Sol to ETH and just getting fucking murdered on fees. So that's my soft shell right there. Now back to regular programming with the Vitalik posts. But yeah, I think that he's actually gone through and he's like intelligently addressed a lot of like kind of community concerns around what the fuck is going on with ETH. And him admitting that he was retarded was really bullish. You know, that's really good.
It does
in these
feel
conditions,
like,
right?
It does feel like the ETHBTC like bottom, like of sorts. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because like I drew this green box on ETHBTC, like as a joke to myself, like when we were up here, and then like we actually hit it. So it's like kind of like it feels like this should be a key moment.
Honestly, if boomers start buying it, then everyone gets bullish on it again. But
yeah, the best thing.
It's like if boomers don't buy it, no
up.
CT natives are buying it because at the like none of them bought it so far. So like, why would they buy it now? But like, yeah, if boomers start
deviation,
buying it,
matey.
Yeah, but if boomers start buying it, then fuck.
Actually, I just realized the last pod that we did. I think it was like back in September. Which I don't think I ever uploaded to YouTube. And then we were like, when is it going to pump again or something? And then I was like, oh, the new moon is on this day. So we're going to come up like this. I have my little squiggly.
Dude, honestly, astrology, it's the secret. If you want a real picture of some sadness, just open up the Ethereum ETF flows on Farside, and just have and soak that in, because it's not looking good. I don't really check it. Like BTC flow has been going absolutely fucking mental. Like they've been putting in like 600 mil days just on IBIT, and you're like, what? But then you go to the ETFs.
Yeah.
No.
It's been more green than red to a degree, but
what? It's quite interesting.
But it's just flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Sticks, what are you still doing here? Don't you have a place to be right now, bro?
I'm going at 9:30.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Make sure you let everyone know what you're leaving for in 13 minutes, all right?
Well,
not right now, but just
I mean, I could tell them right now that I'm going to have sex. But yeah, I'll say it at the end.
I'm going right now to have sex. The chat's blown up.
I legitimately am, so.
Yeah, he actually is. It's
I know, crazy, an incel leaving the house. Insane.
This is Opos,
a real one.
What is it? Opos?
AI robot.
Certified
sex hammer.
Yeah,
registered flex offender. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some shit with that with DWF today.
Oh yeah. Speaking of registered fucking flex offenders, that's not good.
What happened?
DWF Labs partner. I've forgotten Eugene, someone or other. Like
it was
hasn't been named officially. No, it was he spiked a girl's drink.
Like,
shit!
At a bar, like a chick that he was. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. so DWF Labs partner Eugene, like it's funny because like no one's come out and named him, but the block did some good shit on it, and they very much were like Eugene.
Ning or whatever. NG.
I never get that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we're so white
it's like,
here, bros. Like this is not a very diverse podcast without
guys.
C.
You all have Asian girlfriends. You should have this on lock, guys. Come on.
East Asian, not Southeast Asian, but anyway.
True. Okay, sorry, that was racist of me. I what's that? I got yeah. Yeah. So long story short, it's funny because no one's officially named him, but the block did some very, very quick searching and were like, yeah, he's been removed from all DWF Labs pages. His page has been taken private. And some other people came forward and were like, yeah, definitely him. But spiked a chick's drink at a bar, tried to make her drink the drink. She came out on CT and was like, well, not CT, but just Twitter, and was like, yo, this is definitely what happened. Oh, the quintuple message. Hey, what's going on?
So this is like some screenshots of like, yeah. So dude's an obvious fucking creepazoid.
Yeah.
Have a look. I'm looking now.
Every there's so many stories that came out about dude like afterwards, as well. But there's another guy that's like, I think he's GCR, but like with an alt. It's Eugene. It's like the pigeon dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
is he bad as well?
No. He had to come out today, and he was like, in case it wasn't obvious, I have no affiliation with any individuals that share my first and last name.
Oh shit.
Evanes is like, why do these two motherfuckers have the same name? Suspect.
That'd be so shit. Like you're just doing your thing, and then everyone's like, "Did you do this?" And you're like, "Oh fuck, no, that's just that is just someone else."
A terrible coincidence, yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know, like such like fucked up behavior of just like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, and the chick was like, if you read through the whole post, she talks about how she had a sip of the drink, and then like the bar staff came over and were like, "Yo, he definitely spiked your drinks." She was like, "What? Okay," but like right before they came over, he was like pressuring her to like not waste the drink. She was like, "Oh, like I don't know, like the wine tastes funny. I want to get a different one." He's like, "No, I just bought it. Drink it." And then like 2 minutes later, the bar staff come over and they're like, "Yeah, he spiked your drink." And then she was saying she like fully felt dizzy and had like a brutal headache, like
Jesus.
an hour later. And it's like,
that's
fucked.
Fucking hell.
Dudes are fucked. Dudes, like these kind of dudes are, yeah. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, like how do you fucking get to a point where you have to fucking do that?
Yeah, I feel like there's like something like seriously wrong with your brain at this point.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, like it's yeah.
That's actually wild. Well.
But yeah.
But apart from that,
anyway.
What? Fuck me. Yeah.
So
anyway,
that's everything that's happened on CT
subject.
for the last couple of days, or the last couple of weeks, months.
Yeah, it's been like a month.
Has there been any other like major shit that we've missed? Chat. What happened?
Credibull crypto.
Oh, that was pretty funny. Credibull. Why does he have bull in it?
Yeah.
I saw someone call him Credi Pussy Crypto in all capitals, and I thought it was quite funny.
I know that
like,
you and
I
him
love
have
how that
history,
dude.
bro.
I love how he lost the bet to a dude who hasn't.
He's all right. We smoothed it over in the DMs, but I'm just having my like salty ho moment where I'm like, nah, fuck that guy.
I find it pretty funny that the guy who won the bet against him has his entire net worth in ticker Bitcoin.
Oh, that was like, fantastic. What's his name? What's that guy's name?
Dude,
implied volatility. Yeah,
yeah. He's so
it's just like he has like all his
broke genius,
Bitcoin, and it's just like, and he's just smarter than this dude who has like 400k followers.
I forgot about the bet, and then Bitcoin hit 71k, and then the first thing I see on the timeline, thing I see on the timeline is like, "Thanks for playing," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, go that guy!"
I was so happy when he won.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Trader Main
and
was
then
the
he
middleman.
yeah, the
Escrow, yeah.
escrow, yeah.
And then he
I
was
saw
like
him do
4 for 4.
I saw him do another tweet, and he's like, "Now I'm willing to bet like we'll go to 100K before like I think it was before like under 60. It was like we go to 100K before we go under 60." And then like some dude in the comments like, "That's where you're gonna lose, bro. Like it's that we're definitely not going to 100. Like we'll go to 60 before we go to 100." And then he's like, "Want to bet?"
Dude, Trader Main posted this. It's kind of funny. He's like, "It's just business, guys."
It's
Like,
just
15K deviation, matey.
just all the way to 15. Yeah, off we
Yeah.
go.
It's just business.
How
I still
fucked
find
is
it
he?
What?
funny. What's
What
his
happened
name?
to Capo? Is Capo still posting on this app?
I think
Like,
Capo. What's his name? We've got Credibull now. He's the new Capo.
True.
Capo's just getting his money from. Oh no, he hasn't posted since July.
I'm telling. He doesn't need money. He got $500,000 for doing for charting Polkadot. He's rich. Don't worry about that. Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He's richer than all of us, and he's literally.
tell us how you really feel, Sticks.
Yeah, no, I have a salty nature about me for those large KOLs, but
yeah.
yeah, it's funny. It's just funny how he's like completely wrong always, but he's like richer than everyone.
So Sticks, before you go and have
Influencer,
segs,
yeah.
what is your
Oh yeah, I
feel?
better get going actually.
Yeah, what is your like market feels for the next month, like leading into elections?
What's the Sticks price prediction? Yeah.
I think we're just going to I think people are actually really underestimating like how quickly the price of Bitcoin. I don't like know about everything else, but like the price of Bitcoin can like just keep going up, especially at this time of year. So, I think people are gonna also want entries, like really, really want entries. The high, like if we keep going higher, which I think we will, like people are gonna be really desperate for entries, and like any sort of like small pullbacks will just get like eaten up. But they won't be like the pullbacks that people want, like the deeper ones. And so there'll just be a bunch of
The
dudes.
pullback you deserve.
Yeah, it's like the dudes that like are waiting for an entry, they'll get like a tiny like, it'll drop a bit, but like not to what they want it to, I think. And then we'll just keep like going up. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Solana should fucking go over 200 soon. Hopefully ETH can like break its curse, but I don't know. Every time ETH goes up, it's kind of bad. So yeah,
I am
don't know.
so waiting for Solana at $200 for my own
Yeah.
reasons.
What reasons are they?
You don't know the law?
I can't remember it. You got to jog my memory.
So Gia, she said she'd post an ass picture if she if Solana gets to $200.
Oh, 1L just wants the low.
I posted today. I was like, sold to $200 soon. She's like, hopefully.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my god. Anyways,
that's
bros,
what we're really out here for.
yeah. Anyways, bros, I'm off to go have sex. But, yeah.
Enjoy,
Good luck,
Sticks.
Anyways.
Enjoy.
But anyway.
Have fun, Sticks.
All right, boys. You guys can end it. I'll be off. Goodbye.
No worries, Sticks. Enjoy the less sex.
Try not to die. Bye.
Yeah. Share location, please.
Don't give her your seed phrase.
I give you your seed phrase.
Sticks is in a better place now.
Z's like, is he having sex?
True. He's not in the Twitter chat. Yes, he actually is.
No, he's in the Twitch chat right now. Z is listening to us.
No, I was saying that like all that discussion around what Sticks is doing this evening occurred in the Twitter GC.
He said, give her your seed and not your seed phrase. Apparently, she is on contraception right now, so Sticks is fine.
Editor, definitely. We'll
we have to leave that in.
Stick, we gotta cut some bits, bro. All right. Now that Sticks is in a better place, I don't know, Swiss, what's your take on election time? Everyone that I've spoken to is just like turbo giga bullish. Like I haven't seen I've seen like maybe 2 analysts come out and be like, yep, no, it's not, like beware. But most people are just like, yeah, 6-figure BTC by the end of the year kind of deal. What's your read?
Yeah, I think that's like possible. I always thought that the markets would sort themselves out kind of before the election. I think the Russell 2000 is something that I look at and just kind of like laugh at myself forever being in this space, because if the Russell 2000 ever broke out of its all-time highs before BTC did, then we're in the wrong industry, fam.
We should be bidding pink sheets instead of fucking. What is? Oh my god, it's so close to breaking as well.
Yeah, I've just put it up.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm pretty optimistic. I think we'll do pretty well.
Yeah, speculation's back on the menu, boys.
I think
we
we're due for
14 hours for like the sexiest monthly close if we manage to maintain this level or higher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize the monthly close was coming in. Actually, I forgot about that.
Observe the monthly close.
Weekly, we still got like a few days on, but monthly's coming up like real quick. But if that monthly hits, then I don't know. It's hard not to be bullish.
It does look like it's setting up for some parabolic shit.
Yeah, unless it's like this monthly close.
Just who I don't even know like what kind of structural collapse could happen. Like you'd have to have like Tether be like, oh, we don't actually have reserves. Sorry, we lost all your money. Goodbye. And just that line would need to be a whole lot steeper if Tether depegs. Just
the cursed one else squiggly right now.
No. Delete that right now, immediately. He's walking the path of Credibull.
Someone screenshot that for future LARPing. Cloud.
I called it.
Yeah, I think we'll just go directly up. It is a bit interesting how like the stocks have also sort of performed as well. Coin seems to be doing a lot better now, which is good.
Coin is like a signal. It has been for like a while. Like when Coin does well, because it like seems to do well like only on BTC moves, or like sometimes even outside of BTC moves. But like that recent move this month has been, what's that, like 37, like close to 40%. That's like a pretty decent looking chart. Robinhood's looking good as well. I think Robinhood and Coin are good metrics for.
We've got like speaking of TradFi shit, we got a bunch of reports like Q3 earnings tomorrow. I think, I don't know, but just this week there's Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta. Google had theirs today. BDPS was good, but yeah, there's a bunch of others, and they all look to be like, look like they'll come out pretty solid. So
yeah, Apple looks good. Microsoft looks good. What was that? Amazon? Did you say?
Yeah, so it's Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Meta.
I sold my Amazon like here. That's painful.
Right in the middle of it too. It's like, no. Yeah.
Oh fuck! So many of the stocks that I used to own, holy shit, just pumping. This is like 20.
Intuitive Surgical.
Yeah, Intuitive Surgical, great coin.
Oh man, I had to look back on some of the stocks that I owned on the ASX 200. I am so glad that I never bought stocks again after like 2020.
Yeah,
It was the best
that's
decision I
cool,
think I've
6%.
ever made. Like, I don't know how the ASX still exists as a stock index. Like, what happens there? It's like something moves up 4% and everyone's like,
So I
whoa.
have a stock on the ASX that I bought here, and it was a 10-year long range from September 2010 till now, and I bought here, and it's like breaking out, and I'm like trying to explain to like my normie friend, I'm like, bro, this shit's going to like $26. He's like, nah, bro, the discounted cash flow, it's only going to $12. I'm like, bro, it's ranged for 2 years, like 10 years. It's going up. It's going up big.
Just put it on log and forget.
Yeah.
Man, I don't. Yeah, the idea of owning Australian stocks actually like fills me with dread.
Yeah.
Like I look at.
It's actually
Yeah.
funny because
Just-
when I
just-
bought this coin, I decide at the time I was deciding between putting the money into ETH or into this coin, or this stock, and it has outperformed
this
ETH.
coin.
So I bought it here, like September, August 22, is like around the surge, or no, so the merge.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I should have probably bought ETH, but in the end, it outperformed ETH.
Wow. You should post that and tag Vitalik in it and say Sandfire Resources Limited has been a better trade than ETH.
Yeah.
Anyway, fellas, I got to jump off. But yeah, I had a good time. We should do this again
yeah.
soon.
Yeah, we should definitely do this
Yeah,
again
nice.
soon.
Hopefully the market
I think
doesn't
that's
pull back because we decided
That's
to
a good place to wrap it up. Yeah, if we're the top signal on this, I apologize in advance, everyone. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I think it's a good place to wrap it up. But
Fucking A.
Because Stick said he would live stream. That's why we're reaching out.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's-
DM for the Sticks Segs live stream. I will hook the bros up that really want to see it.
Yep. This is the alpha.
Yeah. All right. Thanks
All
everyone.
right. Genosy Brotatoes.
See you,
Thanks
legends.
for
Thank you.
tuning in. Catch us on YouTube, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.